ended our last live stream. The handlebars kept falling down, but today we should be good. At least I hope so. Bunch of ducks here. We're at the second loop. One that we normally see all the ducks at. And they're still here. Great place for them. Definitely more overcast today than it was yesterday, but that's nice. It's also more windy. Can't do that. There's one bird who is resting. So the line this entire week. Vibes for them. Vibes, bugs, fish. All of the things a growing bird needs. Alright, that is this half of loop number 2. Now entering loop 3. This is a nice loop. I like loop 3. Sometimes I'll come here just to do this loop. Wait for the cars to pass. Hello. How are you, Raphael? We are at the park right now. We just passed a bunch of ducks. I'm gonna see if there's maybe any over here on this side. But I got a feeling they're all chilling right behind us. Hello. How are y'all doing today? Make sure y'all drop a like if you're just joining. It's a great day out today, nice and overcast. Not very hot, thankfully. Enjoying the breeze, especially when it's not slowing us down. I can hear it blowing like super hard, so you know it's pushing against us. I am about hello. How are you doing? Thanks for joining me on our stream today. We're going to be doing a total of 5 loops. We're in the middle of loop number 3, and then we're going to go to the top or the end of loop number 5, and then continue all the way. So we're doing half of each loop now, and we're going to do half of each loop later. If you're liking and subscribing, thank you. Yes, we go live every day, pretty much bicycling and walking stuff. We'll do occasionally a few other types of stuff, but it's a lot of this outdoorsy stuff. I'm going to kick it into a higher gear. And a beautiful dog coming up. Golden Retriever mix, or maybe even just Golden Retriever, I don't know. Didn't get a great look at it. But yeah, if y'all like POV type contents like this, or getting to see the water and all the birds, subscribe to me, because I do this pretty much every day. Kick it into our highest gear and get some distance going. Yeah, each of these loops has a bunch of water, and they usually have some islands in the middle, so that there will be places for the birds to nest and not be disturbed. The main purpose of this park is to store floodwater, because we live pretty close to the coast. You but it's also a nature preserve. You can't go fishing here. You can't do anything here really. That's why there's so many birds and stuff that feel comfortable being here. And yeah, you'll see employees like the one in the orange vest we just passed, always taking care of it and kicking people out who are over here trying to fish in the water, because they do stock the pond, but it's just for the birds. You see so many birds here on each of the loops. I'm going to cross over now into loop number 4. We're officially past the halfway point from loop number 1 to number 5, although technically we started on the very end. So we're actually working our way to the beginning of the course right now. Well, aim to not get hit by any vehicles. Try and overtake them without ramming. On your right. There we go. Hi, I'm almost at 40 subscribers. Very nice. Congratulations. It takes a while to get to 50 subs to be able to stream. So if you're almost at 40, you're doing something right. I remember back when I very first started YouTube, which was over a decade ago, and this channel is very old and I did nothing with it for a while, but you used to be able to live stream no matter how many subs you had. You could be a brand new channel, you could go live on mobile. Now, if you want to go live below 50 subs, then you have to do it on a computer. You can't do it on the app, on the phone. Passing some more water. Not that many birds over in this section either. I'm not sure what it is about that second loop that they love so much, but that's where they always are. It's nice to have my bike back though. Yesterday, walking this was way more than cycling it. Didn't even finish the whole thing. But on a bike, it doesn't even take, I'm gonna say probably like 45 minutes, I would say. Pretty reasonable. We're approaching loop number 5, which is the final loop that we'll do, and then we're gonna circle around and come back around that side, and we're gonna complete the other half of the loops that we did. But first, we're gonna go check out, I don't know if y'all can see it from here, there's a giant monarch butterfly on the side of that building. I'm gonna go show you the paintings that are on it. It shows some of the wildlife that you'll see here, some of the birds and whatnot. It's a nice course, especially on like the middle of the week like today. There's not that many people out here, so it's pretty chill. Yesterday and especially over the weekend, there are a lot of people that'll come here, and so it gets a little crowded, but the sidewalks are pretty wide, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm gonna let this guy pass, and then we're gonna cut in. Park the bike for a second. So we got the bumblebee and the bluebonnet. That's our state flower here in Texas. More bluebonnets. Got the giant monarch butterfly and exploration green. That's the name of the park that we're at right now. And then we got a big old dragonfly. Now I'm gonna come back to the front. I believe that's an egret, although I'm not entirely sure. That's one of the birds that are pretty local to here. You'll see them all over the place. And then a hawk. Yeah, there's not too many pieces of art on this trail. It's more about nature, but there are a couple spots that are nice and decorated, or at least scenic. Especially on this loop, they have a pretty cool bridge that you can see across and go across. And we're gonna go ahead and cross the street here. You need to be careful because the traffic isn't going to stop for us. So we just got to be ready to go whenever they are not coming. I think we're going to go right after this truck here. They stop for us and we will go. And this is the fifth and final loop, or number 1, depends on who you ask. It's technically the beginning, but there's nowhere to park over here, so I don't know why this is marked as the beginning of the course. We get a nice steep decline, but then at the end we have to go right back up that same hill. So it's nice in the beginning, gives us a big old boost. Some more water, like all the loops have, and they all have their little jets. When it's windy enough, it'll miss you, and it feels really good, especially during the summer. Thankfully, the sun's not too intense today, so it's pretty tolerable. Got a bit of an incline right here. I'm going to shift down a little. Lose most of our momentum, but at least it won't exhaust us. Dog over there. That's not where we're going. Not yet. We're going to complete this loop in this direction, and it'll loop us back around to where they are right now. Just going to go around the lake entirely. Yeah, we're making really good time today on these loops. The bicycle is pretty great. Brought the tools with me to tighten it back up if it ends up getting loose again, because that would have been really unfortunate if that had happened and I didn't bring my car with me like today. So I'm gonna bring that with me so I can make small repairs on the fly. Thank you for the 4 likes. If y'all are in the stream, make sure you drop a like for me, please. It does help with discoverability. I'm trying to grow my channel. Hit that sub button if you like this type of content. We do this loop, or not this loop, but this whole course pretty often, a couple times a week, and we'll do more walking and bicycling streams in a few different parts too. But out of any single location, this is really become the most. It's got a ton of birds. When we end up going back to the second loop, which is a few miles away at this point, I'll show you guys all the ducks again, because that's where they're all hanging out. So little ducklings and mama ducks and broody daddy ducks who don't want you to be there. There's so many little birds here. Once you get to this bridge, we'll be officially at the halfway point for the entire course, which is about 3 miles in, roughly. And then we'll circle back around, and we'll do the other 3 miles. Got a lost cat sign. On this narrow strip of sidewalk, and it'll open right back up to this massive behemoth. Now we're facing into the wind, as you guys can hear. But it's not too bad. I don't know if I can hear it over the wind, but there's so many bird calls and noises down there. I don't think they really use the birdhouses though, because there's so many natural places for them to be in this area. Now you'll notice some taller structures, and those are bat houses, and the bats definitely do use those. And you'll hear bats all night. You can see them if you're looking up in the sky. They'll be up in the trees and clicking. You can kick it back into a higher gear, get some more distance going. Overtake this guy and his dog right up here. It smells like skunk right through here. I wonder if someone got into one or it was like a skunk dispute. We are currently halfway through a 3-mile bike ride around a bunch of these little ponds here. We're at the furthest end at the moment. Make it all the way back to the front. This particular section is rather windy because there's nothing to block the wind. So we just got to push through here and get to the next loop where it curves away a little bit. But I wanted to come here because I like this bridge. There will sometimes be some turtles hanging out here. Right now it's just a bird. And see what's going on the other side. Hear a squirrel. Oh no, that's a bird. There's nothing major going on here right now. I won't keep going forward. Up here, thankfully, one of these poles was taken out. You can just ride right on through. Alright, we're going to hook a left here and make it back to the entrances to the street. This loop. Nice little downhill section right here. Pick up some speed. But there is a dog on the trail, so I'll stay over to the side and hopefully get some speed. Wind's slowing me down a lot. I wanted to have some more momentum when I went up this hill here, but this wind has already taken all of it. So we're just going to go into a real low gear and chug up this hill. Thankfully, it's not super steep, so we'll be able to climb on in. Just be a little slow. Across that section of street again. Get back onto loop number 4. We'll go in the opposite direction this time. And on the opposite side. Put into a reasonable gear. Bus. Nobody else coming from that direction. And it's a school zone, so everyone's going to be going real slow. 3 are at the entrance of lap number 4. I'm gonna take a break for just a second. Drink some water. We got a little ways without rehydrating. All right. Sufficiently rehydrated, we can continue our trek. See a couple lonely ducks over there by the island, but all the families are together right now. Way over at the other side of this park. In past years, the ducks have been a little more social, as in not approach you, because people would feed them and whatnot. But this year, they're way more apprehensive, which makes sense, you know, especially because there's a bunch of little ducklings or ducklings. So we get up to the next loop after that. Directly into this park, which would be kind of nice. But thankfully, this park is so long that a lot of the houses in this neighborhood are pretty close to it, so you can get on the loops at pretty much any point. It spans pretty far north. Getting sprayed a little bit by that fountain right there. Put it in slightly higher gear now. Up here is a ramp that's pretty steep, but they have an option to go around it, which is what I'm going to do today, because going up that ramp without having both hands on the cars is going to be a little challenging. It doesn't look super steep, but it's a hairpin turn followed by, I would say it's probably like a 35 or 40 degree angle. So we will just take this slightly longer loop and go around. Facing into the wind. Coming out now, but that's okay. It's been pretty overcast today, so a little bit of sun won't hurt. But it is super windy. Getting blown backwards. Speed here, get out of this wind tunnel. Trees are there, but nothing right here in the middle. But yeah, we're almost out of here. This path right up here takes us to the other side of the sidewalk, but it's not actually the entrance to the park, so we're going to keep going right over here, sharp left to get back to the entrance where we started. once we cross the street. Make this sharp turn. We'll face back into the wind for a little longer, right until we make it across this crosswalk. So we're gonna have to slow down. Unfortunately, we did have to slow down. That's okay. What's up to all the new people in chat today? Drop a like if you're just joining. Hit that sub button if you like what you've been watching. We are now entering our final destination. We're heading right now to lake number 2 to show off the ducks again. It's my favorite part of this park, is how many ducks there are on that specific section. See it yet, but in that center island, on the screen, there's a bunch of bird nests up there. Some of them are abandoned, but a lot of them are not. So, especially in the evening, you'll see a bunch of birds over there. You can see a few over there right now, but I think everyone is out and about right now. You can see them flying around. We're making really good time on these loops today. It's a total of about 6 miles. We are 28 minutes into the stream, and we are about to complete our 4th mile, 4-ish, like 4 and a little bit of change. So we're making pretty decent time today, even with the wind blowing right in our face. Every single one of these loops has a bird island next to the trees. But that one and the one we're about to be at have the most nests in them. Coming up on a blind turn, but we're not carrying that much speed right now, so should not be an issue. They give you a little sign here. Slow down. There's one of those bat houses also. A little taller than the bird houses, but bats will sometimes be during the day. Sometimes they're empty, you know. Just like a regular bird house. It's just an option for them. But we love our bats here because we hate the mosquitoes. And there's plenty of water. There's plenty of places for mosquitoes to be. There's that truck in the spot we were at earlier. There's a truck there a lot of the time. I got a feeling that's probably why the sidewalks are so long, or wide. It's about the width of like a lane, because you'll see trucks driving down the sidewalk. We saw earlier. And then there is the second loop, the one with all the ducks, the one that we'll be going to. But to get to the side that actually has all the ducks, we are going to cross over to the side that we've actually already been down, because they have a favorite side. Nobody comment. Right up here. Get on the sidewalk. Perfect. You can already see a few of them up there in the water. Let me take off this crazy fisheye lens. You guys can see a little better. I don't know if you're able to see them yet, but they're just completely lining the sides. Just a line of ducks. A couple full-grown ones over there. walk together, enjoying each other's company. Yeah, if you see the other side over there, there's actually no ducks. They're all over here, and a lot of them are sleeping. You see their heads tucked into their wings, taking duck naps. And over there at that middle island, you see a bunch of white birds over there, and a few more ducks. So most of the ducks are over here, and earlier they were up there in that other little section of the water. You can see them. See Mama Duck and her ducklings. And there's some more right up here. I don't know why they love this specific section of the park so much, but this is always where the ducks are when you get over. Bicyclist coming up. Oh, see him flapping his wings at us, telling us to get out of here. They don't like us being near the baby ducks, even if we are pretty far away. They're rather territorial. There's some up here too. Another daddy duck just sitting on the water. Not on the water, but on the side. Getting ready to defend if he needs to. He's gonna come flap his wings at us. But yeah, that was the duck loop. We're gonna get back to our lens that lets you see more around us. We're gonna continue our journey. We're heading over to that loop now, but we're gonna cross back over. We were just on this side for that one specific section because that's where all the birds are. But now we're gonna stay left. Cross up here as long as nobody's coming. I don't see anybody. So this is the final loop, or our first loop. But according to the people who made this park, this is the end. So we actually did the reverse order of the loops, but who cares? You can get on at any point, really. They're just numbered so they can be referenced. I'm going to put it into high gear, try and keep some of this momentum as we cruise through here. A bunch of these birds. I'm surprised they're not running away from us right now. They normally don't like to be this close to the sidewalk as people pass by. But I guess they're feeling chill today. They're picking up on the calm vibes. They understand we mean no harm. Plus, I'm not like on the edge of the sidewalk. I try to give them space because we are in their area. You just went up here walking on the sidewalk. There you go. I don't want to roll you over. Yes. We made really good time today on these loops. We're about 35 minutes in, and then we're completing our sixth. Pretty leisurely pace today, but we try to keep it leisurely. Show you guys all the stuff that's going on around, some of the birds. And then there's our headwind, the one that likes to slow us down so much. gonna go ahead and keep biking, but we're gonna get off the park and we go right around and see what the neighborhood's over here. Sun went away for a little bit. Tucked away behind the clouds for now. Give us some shade. Oh, I had to say something. It's coming back out. That's okay. Alright, sunscreen. Busiest street out of the ones that we've crossed so far, so might take us a minute to especially if I want to bring you guys along and try and do a little handling. But yeah, that was Discovery Green. That's the name of the park that we just did, or went around. That's a go through all the loops. It's a pretty nice park. In the summer though, it can get pretty brutal because, as you see, there's not very many trees right next to the sidewalk, so very limited shade. Which today isn't bad, but as it gets closer to summer, it's definitely going to get more difficult to do this, especially for people on foot. But we brought our backpack, brought plenty of water, and like I was saying, thankfully it's not crazy hot. We're gonna go up this loop here, or up that ramp that you see on the right, and then we'll exit the park, and then try and cross that street up there. Worst case scenario, we'll go down to the very end and use the crosswalk. It is like 3 o'clock roughly. Don't have a watch. Wow. I know I've been live for about 40 minutes, so rest a little. Yeah, I think we are going to go ahead and go down to the crosswalk. This is a lot of traffic here. that worked out well. Because I didn't want to try and pass her on the sidewalk, but the timing actually worked out really well. Technically, I'm not allowed to ride my bike on the sidewalk, like according to the laws here, but who cares? I'm not riding in the street. There's a lot of cars here, and that feels a little sketchy. Yeah, we're gonna come up here, try and cross. Get our bike lined up for the crosswalk. And then down at this driveway, we're going to go ahead and get off the sidewalk and get down into the road. Well, there's nobody coming. Bike ride today. It wasn't crazy hot, which is nice. Yeah, it's pretty good time too. I mean, we're already almost back, and we did our 6 miles and a little bit of change, which is pretty nice. Pretty fast, even with the wind pushing our face like half the time. Slowing us down a lot, but you know, it is what it is. That's how it be when you're biking right along the water. Still a little windy here. Wait, really? You actually doing this? What do you mean? I should be bicycling. Souls Dam. Bicycling until your phone dies. Let's see. No, not quite yet. We're at 54%, so it's not going to die yet. We're not going back, though. Not quite. We went through about 40% of our battery on that section. Bro, it's like 3 a.m. in the night for me right now. No, it is... Let me see what time it is for me. I think it's about 3. Yeah, it's 3:26 p.m. for me. You are on the other side of the world for me. We're going to hang a left up here. Go to this park that's coming up. Yeah, but I like it. I like it's awfully sunny right now, but there's plenty of clouds in the sky. It's been overcast for a good majority of it. If you're thinking to buy a bicycle, can you give me some suggestions? Honestly, I don't know what like specific brands you should get, but I would recommend getting a used bicycle. I got this one used. Let's save like half the price on it by purchasing it used, and they're usually just fine. I'm not gonna buy brand new bikes, especially not if you're not trying to like race with them or anything special like that. You just want something that works. Not like brands, but I mean, like, should I buy a gear bicycle or non-gear like that? It depends on what you're trying to do. I have a cruiser type bike, which only has one set of gear switches right here, and over here there are no gear switches. On a more standard like street bike, you'll have the switches here and here, so you can get better efficiency. So if you're trying to like commute with your bike and go long distances, or just be like really efficient with it, hold on, I'm going up here a little closer than I thought. But yeah, if you're trying to go like really fast or use the least energy, I would get one that has gears. And my girlfriend has a bike that doesn't have any gear switches at all, so she's just locked into the one gear. What percent is your phone? I'm at 49%. We are halfway. We just hit the bridge, you know. I should keep like a little sticker or something on the stream. But yeah, there's some nice sidewalks and back streets back here that we'll be able to chill out for a bit at. And then maybe if we need to, we will go back to the park we were at earlier, but probably not. I think if we did that, my phone would probably end up dying like way in the middle of it. So I want to time it to where I'm going to be closer to being at home when my phone does that, because then I got to go home and charge it. Down the street here. Cool, you ride a mountain bike. A mountain bike will be fun. I like this one because it does have some pretty fat tires on it. So I can ride through the grass and it's not too difficult. Wait for this Toyota to go ahead and go. And we're gonna hook a left here. Go back a little deeper into this neighborhood that we're in right now. You want a mountain bike, but your friend says you need to buy a hybrid. It just comes down to what you want to do with the bike. Like, you can ride a mountain bike on the street, and it's going to be a little more challenging. You're going to have a lot more friction to overcome. You'll have to pedal harder, and you'll probably wear through more tires. But if you want to be able to go out there and whip it and, ride it hard, that makes sense. But this one, I don't push this one too hard. It's just a basic cruiser bike. I like that it has some gears on it, because otherwise I would just be locked into one, no matter like if I was going uphill or downhill or whatever. Which is, I don't know if y'all saw the yellow bike that I used on a stream a few days ago. That one is one just like that, where you have just one gear and it's locked in I'm gonna go right here. I have some cul-de-sacs here that don't have anything on them. Same over there. It's like they thought they were gonna put houses here, and then they're like, oh, we actually don't have enough space for that. That's kind of what it looks like. My city, they're both off-road and city road, so I think I should buy a hybrid. Yeah, probably. This one is okay on the grass if it's flat, but when you have elevation and you have elevation. Sorry, I had to focus on that. Didn't want to go flying down the ramp. But yeah, elevation plus non-smooth terrain, I would not be super happy with this bike right here. It's great for the street though, which is almost exclusively where I ride it. What's your opinion on e-bikes? I think e-bikes are pretty cool. I'm riding this bike for the exercise, so I mean, an e-bike would be a lot of fun, but it's not really why I'm riding a bike. It doesn't fit my use case. But if I was trying to get to work or something on a bike, I would totally get an e-bike. Those things are cool, man. They're really fast. And you also have school, so you should buy a hybrid, yeah. Maybe. I mean, like I was saying, you probably could make a mountain bike work if you really wanted to, but if you really want a mountain bike, there's probably a reason why. And I bet that there's a hybrid bike that might be able to do whatever you want. Yeah, I've seen some electric bikes on these streets here, and they'll be hauling it. They'll be going so fast, faster than a car would go sometimes. And that seems fun. They don't always wear a helmet, but whatever. I need to get a bike lock for this bike, because right now I don't have a lock for it, so I just have to bring it inside with me whenever I'm done. And if I go inside of like a store or whatever, I have to be really fast and make sure that no one steals my bike, which is unfortunate because sometimes I want to go get a drink, but whatever. Go show you guys an orange tree. I don't think it's actually making any oranges right now. It's not fruiting. But I think there's still a few oranges that are stuck on there and rotting a little bit. By the way, which country are you from? I am from the USA. We are in Houston, Texas right now, which is right by the Gulf of Mexico. Oh, hi, first time seeing you. Hello, how are you, my game? Surons can go like 70, it's wild. You're on the highway with that. Your country is known as the dumbest country, but I don't know what country that is. What country would that be? Yeah, you can see some oranges rotting there on the ground. That's the orange tree all over the place, just dropping them. But whenever it gets a little warmer out, you can come out here and actually get some oranges to eat if you beat the other people, because of course there's a bunch of people here. And your country has the highest mountain. I actually still don't know, to be honest. I wouldn't pass a geography test right now. Yeah, where I'm from, specifically in this part of the country, there are 0 mountains. There's not really any hills until you go a few hours away. It's all pretty flat. Like the hills we have are those over there. And they're usually man-made. It's just piles of dirt that they had to move from when they were making like the streets and whatnot. They just pile it up. And then, you know, it grows grass on it. You have a lot of mountains, so it's great for mountain biking. Bruh, it has Mount Everest. You're gonna be so disappointed. I don't know where Mount Everest is. I guess I probably should, right? That's super basic. But, no. Nepal. Okay. believe me if I said I was going to guess that? You can see over there, they're building a new university. Zoom in a little bit. That giant metal thing. They're starting a new agricultural campus over here. And then that right there, this whole thing, all of that, is the NASA Space Center. Geography is cooked. It sure is, honestly, bro. I've never left my country. This is, you can see one of the decommissioned shuttles actually way over there. If you zoomed in. But this area is pretty chill. We're at 9 likes and we're at 45% phone battery. Yes, 9 likes and 45%. We're chilling. We've made it over the hump, halfway there to total phone battery death. I charged it up all the way to the top right before I left. If y'all are enjoying the video or the live, make sure y'all drop a like for me, please. Thank you. Help me with my engagement, get some new viewers in the chats. Subscribe if you like this type of content, because we do this daily or almost every day. I mean, we've done this for a full week straight now, daily. But I plan to keep going. You sub, thank you. I appreciate all the subs and the likes. Take my bike to the next level. Super chill in this part of the neighborhood. Crunching on a bunch of acorns. Come to a stop here. There are a few cars coming, or at least a car coming. We will go. Do you know what is the terrain? You mean like the elevation? Yeah, I think as long as I'm thinking of the same thing you are. We don't have very much elevation in the terrain here. But what we do have is man-made hills and hurricanes. We have a lot of hurricanes. I'm gonna live stream through the next hurricane. Now, I think it would be nice to have some elevation in the terrain, to be honest. But at least in this area here, I guess it's probably because it's coastal. It has a lot of winds and all that. But there really isn't much until you go north. We're also not by any tectonic plates. We are seismically isolated. You live like almost on the border that separates terrain, and you know the flat ground. What do you call them? Hold on, let me read that a little. Make sure I understand what you're asking. I live like almost on the border that separates terrain. You know, the flat ground. What do you call them? You mean like the plains? Like the flat ground? Or the border itself? That might be like the tectonic plate. I'm not sure. Yeah, plains. Okay. Yeah, we are in a plains biome. If it was Minecraft, you know. But makes it nice for bicycling. You don't have to climb up mountains. Just got a notification about strong winds in my area. Phone's warning me. Yeah, we're just riding along, man. Letting this battery drain. Nice little loop. We'll get back out there. Because that dead ends, and to our left is a bit of a busier road. We're trying to keep it nice and low key. bump. Epic. I'll cut through this sidewalk up here. Are speed bumps an issue? No, not really. Unless you're going really fast, it doesn't become an issue. You know, English is my second language, so I was thinking the same thing, Minecraft. Yeah. What's your first language? I am monolingual. Although I can have a conversation in Spanish to some people. Depends on what we're talking about. I would not consider myself bilingual. But yeah, no, speed bumps are not the issue. What is the issue is going uphill immediately after a turn. There's these curves plus a bit of uphill, and I'm taking all your momentum. And now we're going back towards where we came from earlier. This is the street that we took not too long ago. Stay up here on the sidewalk for now. Nepali. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Something up here messing with the ground. It's actually gardening. How much does it cost to lube your chain? Not much. You just go buy it from the store. I think it costs maybe $6. I have a bottle of it in my closet right now. But no, it was super cheap. I mean, if you don't have the money for like actual bike lube, you could get by using like motor oil. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that because it's going to be super grimy. And then you're going to need to like rinse it off of it. You can make it work. $6. I mean, $6 isn't crazy. You can't buy anything here for $6. If you go to McDonald's, you can't even get a cheeseburger for $6. I mean, you could get like a basic cheeseburger for $6. That is like almost 800 or 900 our country's currency. Yeah, I know that there's a pretty big difference between a lot of places. How much would you pay for bike lube? Or better yet, how much does a Coca-Cola cost you? Because here, a Coca-Cola is going to cost you at least, usually like $3. Sometimes more, sometimes a little less. All right. There's somebody's bike right up there. Here's 120 rupees, which is like 99 cents. For, okay. Was that for the Coke or was that for the bike chain? Coke. Okay. I mean, that'd be pretty sick. I went to one of the local grocers around here yesterday, and I wanted to pick up a strawberry soda, right? It's like a regular glass bottle of strawberry soda. And I handed the lady $2 because I thought that was going to be plenty. And she looks at me and she's like, it's going to be like $2.75 or something like that. I was like, bro, these used to not even be $1. It used to be like 79 cents. And now you're trying to charge me almost $3 for it. What a scam. So where we were at earlier. Get back down here. It's the park with the oranges. Yeah, I know. I like soda, but now there's only one store I go to get soda. It's there. It is 99 cents. So I'm actually probably gonna go there at the end of the stream. Shall see how much the Pringles cost here. $2. I'm pretty sure. Sometimes they'll go on sale for like $1.50. Other than that, you're paying like $2, maybe $2.50. I used to love Pringles in high school, but I haven't been eating Pringles so much anymore. I'm gonna go back up here to this pool area. Get some swimming in, but still February, so not open yet. But it's totally warm enough to go to the pool. It's not that big of an area. Okay. Yeah, I gotta bring some money to Nepal, man. Go on vacation there. I bet tourism is a big part of, I'll get a lot of tourists there. Your English is pretty good. I haven't struggled to understand you at all. I want to keep learning my Spanish. It was helpful, or I was finding it easier to learn Spanish when I was using it at work, but I don't work at that same place anymore, so I don't speak Spanish at work anymore. You can get like 6 or 7 samosa for $1. And over there is the NASA place again. We already went down this loop once, or the specific little turnaround thing. Well, it depends on which one you speak more. And I bet that English is spoken in your country a lot as well. I was Nepali, so there's a lot of people that speak Spanish here. But I don't. Not super well. Like I said, I could probably communicate with them, but it would be obvious that I don't actually know Spanish. They would be like, oh, okay. Thank you. They'd appreciate the effort, but no, English is not spoken by many people. Let's see. Now, we don't have an official U.S. language. However, if you don't speak English here, you're going to have a hard time. But I would say Spanish is probably the secondary language for a lot of people, because even if you don't know English, if you do know Spanish, you can still function. You can do whatever you need to do. It just might be a little less convenient overall. You might have to go out of your way to find someone for whatever you're trying to do that speaks Spanish. But nowadays, a lot of businesses speak Spanish. The last you checked, your country's average IQ was like 50 or 51. That's crazy. It's very, very low. I feel like, I don't know, I think that's too low. I think below 70 is whenever you're considered deficient. At least according to from the data that I've heard. But I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, of course. If I was, I wouldn't be riding this bike, but sprayed powder on the fire ant colonies. thankfully, too many fire ants here, too many good places for them to be. How much would it cost to lube your chain there? I don't know if that was a repeat question, but yeah, it's like $6. Show me that again. It's yeah, like $6. Or you could spend way more than that. I bought the cheapest bike lube that there was, but you could easily spend $10, $12 on some bike lube if you wanted. Or you can go to the stores that specialize in that kind of stuff. And yeah, fair enough. If you go to the specialty bike stores, you could go in there and probably spend like $30 on some chain. I'm just doing circles around the tennis court right now. I need to get some water here in a second. But we're trying to drain this battery a little bit. Keep on going until the phone dies. Keep threading this needle. Nah, but let's pull over for just a second here and grab some water. Hydrates or dehydrates, that's the saying. Yes. Let's see what percentage we're at now. 38%. We are grinded through this phone battery. I think we'll be out of battery. Damn, face reveal. Yes, hello. What is up? We're chilling right now. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it back around so you guys can see what's going on in front of me, because my face is not that interesting. I'm gonna hop off here. And we will continue down these paths in this neighborhood. I'm gonna go ahead and go down the one that cuts through the right section up here. I look kind of wet, kind of chopped. Is that what you're trying to tell me? We already did this sidewalk section right here. Bro looked kind of good looking. Oh, thank you. You can see me without my hat on, but I do not want to take that off right now. I'm gonna get sunburnt. I've been growing out my hair a little bit lately. These are the neighborhoods that are close to where I live. Not too far from it. That headwind that we keep getting. So that's okay. Thankfully, with all these houses around and the trees, it makes it easier to avoid the wind for the most part. So even when you do have to bike through it, it's pretty tolerable. Back around to the section that we were at earlier. Now, if I was to take like the right here and left up here, it would just spit me out back section up. It's not like it actually connects to anything. It's just a big loop. Go down there and spit back out right there. So we're not going to do that. It's just a bunch of houses. We're going to stay going through the sidewalk. Out here in the cycle showrooms, it costs 100 or 300 rupees for that chain lube. I paid $150 for this bike, but brand new. The bike was $250. So, saved some money on this. I got a feeling the bikes are not as expensive over there. But in local stores, the job will be done in 15 to 30 rupees, which is like 20 cents. Here, you can get literally nothing for 20 cents. Not a thing. You can maybe go in and get like a ketchup packet from McDonald's for 20 cents. That's it. Nobody will do anything for you for 20 cents here. Take this ramp down. And that's the sidewalk we were just on. It all connects. It's all chill. Let's see what my phone is at now. All right. My phone is at 35%. I am gonna put a sticker on here. Bicycling until my phone dies. There we go. Now, anytime someone joins, they're automatically gonna know what we're doing. Might as well take you all across the street over there. Show you guys what's popping. We've been over on this side a little bit, or for a while. Nobody coming. Well, yeah, 35%. Not too bad. I honestly thought it was going to take longer. We're an hour and 20 minutes in, which means that it's now 4 o'clock for me. 20 cents is like 30 rupee, and with that you can get 2 samosa, which is enough for a day meal. Yeah. Now thankfully we do have some food banks here, so you can actually eat for free if you need to. But a lot of that is pretty limited as far as like what you can get. 20 cents for a day's meal, that sounds pretty cool. I mean, you could go to the store and buy some vegetables here. If you wanted to eat like potatoes, you could have, well no, I think potatoes are like $1 something a pound here. So you'd have to get a really tiny potato. Have you eaten shawarma? I have not, but it looks delicious. There's a few places around here that say they have shawarma. Now, I do like gyros. Gyros are pretty good. But shawarma looks like it would taste delicious. We would always wear a helmet. No, we don't wear helmets. We wear baseball caps. And we ride with one hand while live streaming on a bicycle. There's a car coming right now. That's why we don't do that, because sometimes the cars jump out in front of you. and it is delicious. I've eaten it. That's like the rotisserie style meat, if I remember correctly. And I believe that. I'm a bit of a carnivore, so anything like that is right up my alley. You can get it for like 50 rupees, which is almost 45 cents. That's crazy. I guarantee you, if you tried to get that here, you're gonna be spending like $10. Sounds like the food is where a huge difference comes in. Like for the money, you know. Just gonna keep on going straight. Damn, $10. That's over 1,200 rupees. Yeah. No, I went to the fast food place on Sunday with me and my girlfriend. And we ended up spending, what was it? It was like $18 for the two of us for just some fries and like steak fingers. It's expensive, you know, but it tasted pretty good. What's a Dairy Queen? I haven't been to Dairy Queen in a hot minute. The one near where I live now actually shut down a while ago because a local health inspection place came in and it got shut down. Never going to USA anymore. I mean, yeah, it's expensive compared to a lot of other places, but it'd be like that. You also make more money though, I would imagine. Like the minimum wage here is $7.25, but nobody's paying that. You're getting paid more than that in most places. I know in California, it's like $18, $20 an hour minimum wage. Here, the entry-level wage is effectively $12 an hour where I live. Nobody's going to pay you less than that here, but still $12 an hour is not that much. And if you're coming as a tourist, you're not even going to be able to make money. It's just going to cost you money to be here. But there is a lot of cool stuff to see. That's why tourism here is, well, one of the reasons that tourism here is such a big industry. $12 an hour? Yes. And $12 an hour is considered low. $12 an hour is for the high schooler who has never worked a job before. That's over 1,600 rupees. Yeah, making money, but everything else costs a lot of money, so it ends up evening out, I would imagine. I know they, actually I don't remember how much they get paid. I think the Amazon people around here get about $15 an hour. In my last job, I was making, it was like $28 an hour. But that was a job that you need more experience for. So it wasn't something that just anyone could get. But it's something that anyone could get if they worked for it. I didn't need a degree to get my job. It just took some training. A lot of training. Here we are back at this park. Getting a ticket to America right now. Yeah, once you start making 20 an hour, at least in this area where I am right now, it's pretty good. Like, you're comfortable. And you don't even need to make that. You can get your own apartment for, when I first moved out, I was making that $12 an hour that I was talking about, actually. And I lived by myself. But you're a minor. Oh. Yeah, I mean, hey, the fact that you're a minor, that means that you have your whole life ahead of you to make some great decisions. Don't waste your youth, you know? Let's switch it up a little bit. It's getting windy again. I need to save my energy. Let's check on that battery. We are at 31% now. 31% battery. Definitely getting a little tiring, but I got a feeling that in the next 30 minutes my phone might die. It works for me. I'm not letting it go into power saving mode because that's going to end up making the stream look really bad. It's going to turn off 5G. It'll make my phone slower. No power saving mode. We're just going to run it how it wants to run. Your dad is a government school principal and my mom is a government school teacher that teaches to class 8s. Okay. I was actually going to be a teacher. I went to school to be a teacher. But then when I was actually in the classroom working with my mentor, I realized I didn't really want to do that anymore. For a few different reasons. A lot of personal reasons, you know. It was not a career that I was very passionate about. So I went on to food service, and then I became the general manager of a restaurant here in Houston. And I ran that restaurant for a while, but I quit that job at the end of last year. And that was the one that I was talking about earlier. We're coasting at 9 likes. What's up to anyone that's in the chat? I hope y'all are having a good day. Y'all are enjoying the stream so far. Drop me a like, please, and thank you. Help me with my discoverability. Right now, we are just biking around. Can you go fast a bit? I want to see some speed. Sure, let me turn around now. It's going to be hard to do it with one hand and going. Got a little push going here. Thankfully, in this direction, the wind's not too terrible, so this isn't that difficult. That's why I turned around, because right now the wind is actually helping. And there's a NASA complex I was showing earlier. I want to go ahead and take a sip of water for a moment. You can push that. Finish this a little bit right here. And then I brought more with me. One of these houses right over here. That one's right next to the sidewalk. Gonna grab another water. Can we do a full body reveal? Tell you what I'll do. Flip it and do that. What up? That's the best you're gonna be able to get for now. But yeah, Head down this sidewalk right here and keep going. This is a lot skinnier of a sidewalk than the ones that we've been going down. How tall are you? I am 5'11", but on Tinder I'm 6 foot. Nah, I'm joking. I haven't actually measured myself in several years, but last time I did, I was 5'11". You're just 12 and you're like 5'5". Nice. That's not bad. Some of my friends are 5'5" and they are way older than 12. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, it's a beautiful day out. You see the clouds up there. The sun. If anyone's just now joining us, make sure to drop a like on the stream. And here's the wind again. I don't know if y'all can hear it. It's slowing us down a lot. But all we gotta do is lower the gear, keep going. We got, how much battery do we have left? No hands for a second. We are at 28% battery. So we're doing okay as far as battery goes. We still have quite a bit of time left, I think. We just hit the 1:30 mark, hour 30 mark, however you want to say it. You've got 25% battery. Let's see. Plug your phone in. I actually brought a battery bank with me, but I don't want to charge my phone. That defeats the whole point. If I charge my phone, it'll never die. Oh, past our sidewalk. Hello again. Going back over to the orange tree. And you'll see the rotted fruit. I'm trying not to get too crazy far from where I live, because ultimately, when the phone does die, I'm gonna have to get back home. We've already been out for a little while, so we're gonna chill fairly close in these parks. See if we can find an orange up in a tree. I'm not hopeful. There are some oranges here on the ground already, so might be able to. One. I'll run. Little nest up there. But no oranges. Just the oranges that are here on the ground, rotting and completely decomposed. Unless you go way up there to the very top, then you can get the fruit. But alas, I didn't have to bring a ladder. So we are not going to be able to get any oranges, which is fine. We're probably gonna end up getting a snack whenever we're done with our bike ride. But yeah, 27%. I'm gonna chill here for a second and recuperate. Enjoy some of the sun. We're the only one talking. Yeah, we are. That's okay. People can join, chill, hang out, enjoy the vibes. A lot of the times there'll be nobody talking. I had like 25 viewers the other day and 0 people talking. And that's okay. We're just chilling. Enjoying the scenery out here. Getting some exercise in while I'm at it. And I'm trying to get my viewership up. So as long as people are watching, even if they're not talking, that's what really helps. Well, views, likes, subscriptions, you know. You don't have to talk though if you don't want to. I'm gonna keep bicycling for now. Try resting the phone right here. It's not as stable as it was earlier though. But yeah, if y'all are just joining, if you're enjoying the stream, drop a like or subscribe. We do this almost daily. We go out here and see what we can see what's going on. Just having a good time. Go horizontal like that so y'all can see the street behind me. Nobody coming up, thankfully. I got my head protection right here. Well, it's gonna help prevent the sunburn, but hey, that's okay. What was your purpose making YouTube videos? Honestly, I just enjoy going live. To be honest, I don't. If any of y'all look at my channel, I don't actually really have very many standalone videos, and the ones that I do have are many years old. Some of them like 8, 9, 10 years old. Got the pace a little bit. They're waiting on me. But yeah, it's really just a live stream, to be totally honest. This is mostly what I do. Sometimes I'll turn the shorts into, or the live streams into shorts, but that's mostly just to be able to get more people to see my channel. Because I enjoy audience interaction and talking to chat and all that. But even if no one's talking, I'm still having a good time. Cannot complain too much. I remember back when I first made this channel, I'd live streamed for a while. And I had a few different channels. How's it already 4 a.m.? Yeah, now. I've been biking for an hour and 38 minutes so far. But yeah, I have a bad habit of staying up late too. Phone's at 26%. For anybody who's just joining us, we've made it pretty far into our journey to lose our entire battery. Try not to slip on this mud here. And then when my phone does lose its whole battery, I'm gonna have to ride back all lonely. But no, it's not too bad. You haven't slept in 2 days. That is not good. Why don't you go to sleep? Sleeping is very important. I'm sure you've heard that before. Make you hallucinate if you don't sleep for long enough. You start seeing the Hat Man. I hear a car coming up behind us. Go ahead and cross over here when it's safe, which is now. I guess that car turned. Ever since I've been taking coffee before sleeping, you can't sleep. Yeah, coffee will stay in your system for a long time. It has a half-life of 8 hours, so, you know. If you drink coffee, the caffeine's not going anywhere, at least not for a while. And after this, like 1 hour, I just started watching YouTube, and there the whole night goes by. Yeah, same. I'll go chill outside on the patio, and I'll just start watching YouTube or something, and then I lose my whole day. We're looping back. Isn't working. You can see the part of the building where they did install windows, but they have it set up so where they can take it out without like messing up the whole building. They can bring giant equipment in there. I think what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go off the bike, and then we're going to walk to the place we were just at, that gas station, and get a soda. Get a soda, maybe a snack, something to eat. Might be nice, or maybe not. We'll see. I mostly want the soda, but I think carrying that cup in this hand, in my right hand, and streaming with my left hand, I think that's gonna work. I'm gonna join the street now. The sidewalk ends right back there. How many bicycles do you have? Well, this is my bicycle, and then my girlfriend has a bicycle, and then we both have a bicycle that broke. So I guess the only one that I use. Well, sometimes I will steal her bicycle. It's different than this one. So mix it up a little bit. You can buy a small Coke bottle for 50 rupees. Yeah, they only sell the, well, I guess they do sell small cans here, but they don't sell the small cans by themselves. You can buy like a 17-ounce bottle. It's the smallest you can buy by itself. Or you can sometimes buy the 12-ounce cans. Okay. We made it back here. About an hour and 43 minutes in. In your whole generation, no one has bought a bicycle. Bicycles are great. They get you where you need to be, get you where you want to go, you know? Epic. Okay. You're gonna be the first one. Well, I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy owning a bicycle. Now, 424. We're gonna go over here. 22% battery. Dang. My legs are too tired. I don't want to keep biking. I've been going for a while. Home sweet home, yes. Home sweet home. Thinking about taking my car to go get the drink, but there's no point. No point. I'm just gonna chill out here for a minute. You also have 22% battery. Oh yeah. My battery is draining a little faster than you're expecting. That makes sense. Show you around this area. Go over to the pool. Has some stepping stones that we can go across. Make sure that my phone's not trying to connect to the Wi-Fi, because if it does, it's going to be real choppy on y'all's end. Oh look, this is mine. This fell off my bike, I guess, yesterday. Or did it? No, this isn't mine. It's a little different. I have one very similar to this. We'll hang it right here. Hang it on the fence. Yes. Now we're in the pool area. It's not quite pool season yet. How much do hoodies cost here? That, it depends. If you want like the most basic hoodie ever, you can probably spend like $8 to $10 on it. And then you can spend as much money as you want to. You could spend $100 on a hoodie. You could spend $300 on a hoodie. You could spend $20 on a hoodie. But usually at least like $10. Maybe $8. Got a little leasing building over there. No lifeguard on duty. Oh no. Checking out the dog's little booties on. It's cute. There's a bunch of leaves in the pool right now. But you too. And these are the stepping stones. I like to come here sometimes and just hang out. It's the most vibey area of the whole apartment. And there's a grill over there. You can go there and barbecue. And then, do hoodies have chain or not? What do you mean chain? Like the zipper? I'm not sure what you're asking there. The volleyball net's all twisted up. Hopefully by the time that summer comes around, we'll be able to actually use the net. But you can still use it. I mean, it's up there. Just tighten it a little bit. Yeah, zipper. No. I mean, they can if you want them to. We call hoodies the ones that, when we say hoodie here, we mean the one that does not have a zipper. And then if it does have a zipper, we usually call that one like a jacket or a coat or something, but not a hoodie. Hoodies almost always do not have a zipper. At least where I'm from. A corgi up there. It's too bad that the grill is only propane, because I have all the stuff for a charcoal grill. I've got the chimney and the charcoal and everything, but I don't have any propane or a propane tank, so I'm not able to grill here. There's a squirrel over there. Oh, so you're just Delulu? No, I mean, some people might say like a hoodie has the zipper, but I think most people that you talk to, at least in the US, would say that they usually don't. It's the backpack I've been carrying this whole time. I'm gonna set up and relax. I'm just gonna sit here for now. My legs are very tired from the bicycle ride, but I need to change that sticker to be more accurate. Q&A replace. Now it's gonna be streaming until my phone dies. Done. Perfect. Oh, why can't I move it though? I don't want it to be right on my face. You stay there. Oh. Yeah, I'll keep it down there for now. Dang, it keeps getting in the way. Oh well. We're chilling by the pool right now. Trying to rest our legs a little. Just stressed out. About what? About your bicycle? Or it's easy to be stressed when it's 4:30 in the morning. I understand that. But in 12 hours, you get outside, get some fresh air like this. I don't know what temperature it is in Nepal, but hopefully you get some nice weather. School problem. Yeah, that's how school be. Somebody's calling me. I'm not going to think about it right now. 20. See that the stream disconnected there briefly. I don't know. Chilling. There's that lady and her dog with the boots again. covering my face with this. I'm just gonna close that. We're chilling. Sleeping, yawning. I'm gonna fall asleep here in a minute. Laying down out here by the pool. I can't wait for them to actually open this up so I can go swimming again. It's gonna be nice. All right. Push our chair back in. Make sure we're being respectful of the place. And we're gonna keep going. Not keep going really, but probably head back in. Need to go back in. My legs are so tired. School problem. Bye. See ya. I hope you sleep well. Get some much needed rest. We made it all the way. We're down to 18% phone battery. I do still need to carry the bicycle back upstairs. That won't be too bad. I hope y'all liked the little tour of the neighborhood that I'm currently residing in. There goes a car over there, heading out. But we made pretty good route today. Spent the first half doing the bicycle loop at that park with all the ducks and everything. Second half we just spent here bicycling around the neighborhood. Overall, pretty productive. A lot of exercise. My legs are definitely so yeah. Anyone in chat, if y'all are just joining, I think it's just me and one person right now. But thanks for joining. Make sure y'all drop a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to know when I go live again. And I will see y'all next time.